Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're hiking from Yosemite Valley all the way up to Clouds Rest. Let's get it! $6 a.m. We just parked at the Yosemite Valley trailhead parking right behind us. It is pretty busy in here already, but we were able to find parking here, so that's good. It's pretty much the closest parking lot to the Mist Trail trailhead, about 3/4 of a mile to the trailhead. As we make our way towards the Mist Trail trailhead, let's talk about parking for a second. The Yosemite Valley trailhead parking is a gravel parking lot and the closest to the trailhead. However, there's many other parking opportunities along the road on your way there, as well as in Curry Village, now known as Half Dome Village, and further up the road towards the Merced River as well. Plenty of parking to choose from, but be sure to get there early enough, because parking fills up quickly. Alrighty, here's our game plan. We're gonna start with the Mist Trail, make it up Vernal and Nevada Falls. Then we'll continue on through Little Yosemite Valley, take a left pretty much up to Half Dome, take another right, and make it to Clouds Rest. Should be about 20 miles in total. We'll see what we end up with, but yeah, definitely a long hiking day.
Let's go.
Alright, so we have about 10.5 miles to Clouds Rest. About 2 miles more than Half Dome, around 5 miles total, out and back. And yeah, in total this hike should have around 6,500 feet of elevation. As always, the Mist Trail starts pretty steep, as you can see right here. But we'll make it to the bridge, crossing over the Merced River in a second. Yeah, 1.5 miles in, the trail really opens up right here. We're still climbing, but I mean, the views are just absolutely amazing. Those granite walls are one of a kind and definitely make Yosemite super special. At 4,000 feet of elevation, the Vernal Falls footbridge spans the mighty Merced River, a glacier-fed forest carving through Yosemite Valley. Just 0.8 miles from the trailhead, this is the only bridge where you will see Vernal Falls from below. It's not just a crossing, it's a front row seat to raw Sierra power. Yeah, we just passed over the bridge over the Merced River. You can still see it right here. This is also the last chance to fill up your water at a water fountain with filtered water, and also the last bathroom for a while. The next bathroom will be the top of Nevada Falls, I think. Now we're just making our way up on a Mist Trail right along the Merced River. About 0.2 miles after leaving the Vernal Falls footbridge, you reach a small intersection. Here the trail splits up into continuing on the Mist Trail and the John Muir Trail. The John Muir Trail will lead you up Clark Point, where you can reconnect with the Mist Trail, or continue on the John Muir Trail all the way up to Nevada Falls. We decided to continue on the Mist Trail, since we didn't want to miss out on Vernal Falls in the morning. 2 miles in, we're about to get on the steps of the Mist Trail. This trail alone is worth visiting Yosemite. And yeah, it's also an amazing starting point, especially early in the day when it's not super busy. Like there's only a couple people on here right now. But it can get super busy, as we'll see on our way back. Now the real climb begins. Over 600 granite steps carved into the cliffs beside Vernal Falls. This is the Mist Trail. Steep, slick, soaked by the waterfall spray. Recently they've been working on restoring these steps, and you can definitely feel that there's been some improvement. As the roar grows louder and your legs burn, you're not just hiking anymore, you're earning every epic view. Yeah, I mean, Vernal Falls alone is just a spectacle. It doesn't have as much water right now as it does during the springtime. Still plenty, honestly. And it's not as misty. Usually this whole side, as you can see also by the vegetation, is completely misted like 100% of the time. So you definitely get completely drenched hiking up, but we should be good right now. It's not as misty, or at least it doesn't seem like it. As we continue to make our way up, the view of Vernal Falls becomes better and better. 317 feet of pure thundering energy. Fed by the Merced River, this waterfall crashes down year-round, but in the spring, it's unstoppable. Standing at the edge, feeling the mist on your face and hearing the roar in your chest, this isn't just a waterfall, it's Yosemite in full force. Yeah, the trail definitely gets pretty steep here. Probably like the steepest section, other than Half Dome, or we'll see what comes up Clouds Rest. As we make our way up the final steep stretch to reach the top of Vernal Falls, the trail turns left and turns into this narrow path right along the rock face. Here you have an insane view on your left and an even crazier drop that comes with it. No need to be worried though, as you can see there is a railing. Yeah, this right here is just a pretty cool segment on the side of the cliff face. Insane drop right here. Here the trail really opens up at the top of Vernal Falls, and there's like plenty of sitting, resting, and just enjoying the views opportunities right here. Yeah, 2.4 miles in, we made it to the top of Vernal Falls. Absolutely insane views from up there. And yeah, we're just taking a little break, getting some nutrition in and some hydration too, I guess. After a short break, we continued up the trail. Here right away on your right, you see the bathroom that I forgot to mention earlier. Now we were headed on towards Nevada Falls. After a short break at the top of Vernal Falls, we continued on the trail up to Nevada Falls. Here also, you can see on the right here, the trail splits up and you can join the Muir trail and get all the way to Clark Point and then down back into the valley. We might check that out on the way back. Here you get to a bridge crossing to the other side of the river. You can already see Nevada Falls up here. Basically, we're gonna make our way up on the left side of Nevada Falls. Yeah, one thing I gotta say is you definitely notice that the trail gets a lot emptier as you continue up from Vernal to Nevada Falls. Maybe it's also the time of day, but the trails are definitely nice and empty compared to before here. Three miles in, we pretty much made it to the bottom of Nevada Falls. Just absolutely beautiful. With that, we also have 1,400 feet of elevation gain in the book. Rising 594 feet, Nevada Falls is the wild sibling of Vernal. Taller, fiercer, and thundering into the granite below. As we make our way up the switchbacks to the left-hand side of the falls, again the trail becomes pretty strenuous. But the absolutely amazing views of Nevada Falls make this effort well worth it. Yeah, Nevada Falls also just so cool, as well as the trail that leads you up here. Yeah, 3.4 miles in, we're making our way towards the top of Nevada Falls. So far, we've been mostly in the shade, which is super nice. But as you can tell by the sun right here, as soon as we cross over the top, trail's gonna be pretty exposed and in the sun. So you'll definitely make sure to put on some sunscreen. As we reach the top of Nevada Falls, this is where the Mist Trail meets the Muir Trail. As you can tell, it gets pretty busy up here, and you also have a bathroom here. Most people continue to the right, down the Muir Trail, to have a nice round loop, but our journey took us into Little Yosemite Valley. The top of Nevada Falls is pretty uneventful, honestly. You have the opportunity to cross over to the Muir Trail or continue into Little Yosemite Valley. Also, you have a bathroom there, and well, that's pretty much it. No real views or anything like that. We just continue on. Right here, you can see Half Dome behind. And yeah, we're just continuing on. We're 3.9 miles in. This part in Little Yosemite Valley is pretty flat and it's just gonna be like a sandy path. So it feels nice after all the granite steps we went up. Alrighty, 4.2 miles in. We went down to the Merced River. The trail is right up there. Yeah, we just used our water filter to fill up all of our water bottles. There might be like a little stream up there, but as far as we know, at least until the trail splits off, there's no more opportunities for water, so we made sure to fill up. Little Yosemite Valley sits at 6,100 feet. It is the largest flat area along the Mist Trail and a popular backcountry campground for Half Dome hikers. Once carved by ancient glaciers, it now cradles a calmer stretch of the Merced River. It is where the wilderness opens up, wide, quiet, and full of possibility. With that, we leave Little Yosemite Valley and start climbing. As we keep climbing towards the intersection where we split off to Cloud's Rest and don't continue into Half Dome, we're 5 miles in with 2,500 feet of elevation. It's kind of crazy to see how high Half Dome is, and we're gonna go even higher on Cloud's Rest, so kind of crazy. 6 miles in, about 3,000 feet of elevation gain done. We're estimating the split should come up in about half a mile. We made it to the split right here. You can continue to Half Dome right behind us, and here's the trail to Cloud's Rest. It's about to be 4.3 miles. Yeah, you get an amazing view of Half Dome right away, but yeah, it really makes me think we're gonna climb higher than Half Dome, and Half Dome seems pretty high from here. Yeah, Kinley said it, kind of crazy. Right away after the split, immediately the trail is less busy. Also a pretty cool trail. Yeah, we're taking a little break, really making sure we eat enough and drink enough. And yeah, we just have a great view of Half Dome and Little Yosemite Valley. As you keep climbing up this trail, you'll notice the trail becoming more rugged. A lot more fallen trees all over the trail. However, in some cases, there's already a trail around it, or you might just have to climb over. Yeah, we're back moving, 6.6 miles in. Just climbed over a tree that fell across the trail. Here you also have the opportunity to fill up your water. There's a little stream running, so pretty cool. 3.8 miles to Cloud's Rest. Yeah, 6.8 miles in. We definitely start climbing a little steeper, as you can tell. Also, we've seen quite a few campers, so I guess you can camp up here with a permit. That's pretty cool. A little woodpecker right up here. Seven miles in, we got 3,500 feet of elevation, and we just got a line of pine cones right here. The poles are coming out. With the poles out, we continue to make our way up the trail. The trail to Cloud's Rest winds through quiet, high country forest. A mix of lodgepole pines, red firs, ancient junipers, gaining over 3,000 feet. This route is less traveled but more remote. Each step takes you deeper into the Alpine wilderness and higher towards Yosemite's most breathtaking summits. 7.5 miles in, we got just over 3,800 feet of elevation. This has been pretty steep, and it's probably gonna be like that until we reach the top. As the trail got steeper, we took advantage of every shaded segment. There was a little creek running through here. However, we weren't low on water, and it looked a little sus, so we decided not to fill our waters up here, and continued our way on the trail that really opened up here. 8 miles in, we got 4,200 feet of elevation in the books. Trail definitely opens up right here. Pretty cool view as we keep on climbing. You get a nice mix of exposed to the sun trail and then shaded trail, as we are on right now. Definitely need some shaded trail because it heats up pretty quickly in the sun. Whoa. From here you have an insane view of Half Dome, and it also shows you how far we've climbed so far. Here the view of Half Dome is one of a kind, and we were already able to catch our first glimpses of Cloud's Rest. 8.5 miles in, 4,500 feet of elevation. As we climb, we just have amazing views of Half Dome, as you can see right behind me. Pretty insane. And then here you can see Cloud's Rest already. Yeah, just absolutely insane views of the valley, Half Dome, and the valley right next to it. I mean, the views from up here are gonna be even better. How can you not love those views? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. About 9 miles in, 4,800 feet in the books. We wrap our way around Cloud's Rest right here, and then we're gonna make our way up the ridgeline and continue up. For about half a mile, the trail turns from thick brushwork and trees to just pure granite. but really opens up and gives you an amazing view of Half Dome in the distance and Clouds Rest from below. However, as we continue our way from this little viewpoint, we're back in the Alpine upcountry forest that makes Yosemite so special. 9.5 miles in, 5,200 feet of elevation gain done. We got about 0.8 miles left, according to the sign, all the way at the split. 9.6 miles in, you get to another split. Here the traverse was up to Clouds Rest with 0.6 miles, as well as Forsyth Trail and Tenaya Lake. But that's like a mile and 7.5 miles to go. 10 miles in, 0.2 miles to the top, just over 5,500 feet of elevation. And we're just looking forward to our sandwiches. Packed PB&Js. And yeah, we've been looking forward to them the whole time hiking. The final 0.2 miles are definitely the steepest and most technical segment of this trail, as granite steps take you up towards the top of Clouds Rest. Gotta be careful and always make sure that you have secure footing, since falling here could be a disaster. With steep drops on one side and the rock on the other, we make our final push towards the summit. 10.1 miles in, we're almost at the top. Kinley's already up there. Absolutely insane views of Yosemite Valley and Half Dome.
Made it 10.2 miles, we made it all the way up, and we just crossed over to the top basically, made it to this like little ridgeline part right here. It's pretty cool, as you can see. Now we're gonna go over to the other side again, find a cool spot where we can see the valley and eat our sandwiches.
Yeah, it's very exposed up here.
At 9,900 feet, Clouds Rest towers above Yosemite Valley, even higher than Half Dome. From the summit, you get a 360-degree view, stretching from the Sierra with Half Dome below you and the high country all around. It's one of the most epic viewpoints in the park and one of the least crowded. Up here, you don't just see Yosemite, you feel on top of it. Some people even say Clouds Rest is better than Half Dome. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know your opinion in the comments.
We're just taking a little break up here, enjoying the view. Amazing view of Half Dome. Kinley pointed out Sentinel Dome that you can kind of see back there. The little white thing peeking behind. As well as Glacier Point up here. Taft Point all the way back there. Over there, you can see Tenaya Lake, and basically you come from that side. If you choose to take the trail from Tioga Road, it's around 13 miles, I think, compared to the 20 miles. Less elevation too, but depending on where you come from, you drive longer. For us, it would have been 2 hours, a little bit more than 2 hours of driving more. Yeah, we said we will take the 5 additional hours of hiking instead of the 2 hours of driving. Alrighty, we're gonna take a couple more minutes and then make our way back down.
As we finished up our break and our delicious sandwiches, we started to make our way back down. Here, it's always good to be extra cautious since most accidents and injuries happen on the way back down. We always make sure to concentrate extra hard on the way back since fatigue can creep in and also relief that you're on the way back, and that can lead to injuries with concentration slipping and just getting tired in general.
10.8 miles back at this little intersection, and yeah, we're just continuing down 9.8 miles to Yosemite Valley. Miles in, making our way through this fallen tree right here. Yeah, at the top we finished with pretty much 5,800 feet of elevation, and yeah, now we gotta make that all the way back down. Miles in. It definitely gets hot on the exposed parts of the trail, but we're slowly making our way down. Mile 13. These shady segments feel pretty nice since it gets pretty hot in the sun now. Looking forward to Little Yosemite Valley and jumping in the Merced River there.
On our way back down, we were definitely feeling the fatigue, but we're also trying to get down at a decent pace. We found this absolutely ginormous pine cone, which is kind of cool. And yeah, we're just trying to enjoy the way down as much as we can. Mile 14. We refilled our waters at this little stream right here. So ready to jump in the water. And we made it back to the split. That way is the way to Half Dome. And this way is the way back into the valley. Mile 15, pretty much 8 hours for us. We're making our way back and we should be about a mile probably from the water. So that's good news. Mile 15.5, we're back in Little Yosemite Valley. Time to get to the river. Finally, the moment we've been waiting for. We got to jump in the Merced River to cool off a little bit. It was definitely very refreshing and felt amazing like 8 hours into this hike. However, while recording, my GoPro just turned into this. I have no idea what happened here, maybe it overheated. If any of you know, let me know in the comments. Alrighty, mile 16, finished our dip in the water. Also refilled our water. Now we got the last 4-ish miles back. Oh yeah, on the way back we also saw this snake right here. I have no idea what kind of snake that is. Is it venomous? If you know, please let me know in the comments. We just made it to the top of Nevada Falls over here. And then you can see the Merced River turning into Nevada Falls back there. So it would have been 2.5 miles back into Yosemite Valley on the trail that we took up, basically the mist trail. But we decided to go over onto the Muir trail and make our way down via Clark Point and then continue down on the Muir trail. With that, we go from 2.5 miles remaining to 4 miles. But it's going to be like a more gradual downhill, not those steep steps. And also we'll bypass the super busy mist trail. Yeah, the view from up here is pretty cool. We haven't made our way down on this side yet, at least until we hit Clark Point. So this is new for us as well. On the way down, there was this little water runoff right here. Very refreshing as you got misted while standing under or walking past it. Alrighty, we just passed Clark Point right behind us. 18 miles in. We got 2.3 miles left. Definitely ready for the car. Alrighty, we're about to get back to the parking lot. In total, we'll probably be right under 21.5 miles. Absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
We'll definitely recommend you try out Cloud's Rest yourself. Just be prepared. It's very strenuous, very exposed to the sun. Bring enough water, the right shoes, and also some experience, obviously, on these trails. We finished with 6,100 feet of elevation, at least on my watch. On Kinley's watch, it was more like 6,600 feet of elevation, so...
You decide who's right.
Yeah. Make out of that what you want to, basically. Definitely heavy legs right now, but we're ready to get back to the car, go home, have some dinner. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.
See you later.